Okay. We go way back in case this gets really familiar, like him just lifting me into the chair.
Yep. It's
Tuesday, September 13th, and Michael Weatherly is my co-host today. Hi. This is weird for us because we go way back.
We go back to the first Bush administration.
Oh, wow. No, my gosh. Are you
kidding? If you want to go political,
I mean, we really do.
We really do.
Yeah.
Now, back when the world was young, when
soap operas were on ABC.
That's right. Nobody had phones on their cameras and cameras on their internet. No.
We had a no open flame policy, which was unique because for Christmas they would give the actors candles and a note reminding us that there's a no open flame policy in the building.
Sure.
So it was like, here's a candle, do not burn it.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? Do you remember that?
The world is still as paradoxical. It's just gotten a lot stranger. And we'll have Joseph Levitt tell us about that later.
Yes.
The world gets like this, and then it's like this. Now, you have procreated a great deal. I'm a little curious. So how are your kids?
They're great. They're big.
Mark is good?
Mark is great. Yes. Father of said children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
I love this lady's laugh. Oh, my God. It's amazing.
I brought her. She's mine. She's my plant. You can't take her.
Yeah, she's good.
I bring her to dinner with me.
She's a good laugher. So how are you? No, wait. You have one. One?
No, I've procreated myself a great deal.
Wait, how many?
I have 3.
No, you do. No.
Yes, I do. I have a 20-year-old who we can't talk about for many legal reasons.
Oh, well, I know it.
Young August. And then I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Oh, my gosh.
And let me just tell you, my 2-year-old, Liam, he's a real Weisenheimer. We were in a restaurant the other day, and we got up to go to the car. And I turned to, you check to make sure the kids are with you.
Yeah.
You do that, okay. And I look, and he's got sunglasses, a wallet.
And by the way, they're always there.
Look at that, my barn door is open.
Oh, my gosh.
It's live television, ladies. What can I tell you?
Hang on. Wait, is it Groundhog Day?
You can call it anything you want. It's not February 2nd. That's right.
I think I just got a glimpse of Puxatawny Phil, everybody.
Well, he's got some whiskers. Now, so I turned to look at my son coming out of the restaurant. He's got a wallet, car keys, sunglasses, and a pack of cigarettes. And
this is a 4-year-old.
He's 2.
Okay.
He's 2. And I say, hey, Liam, what do you got there, buddy? And he goes, neighbor.
Neighbor.
So the woman at the table next to us was, when we went back into the restaurant to return said items, was frantically searching through her purse.
You mean he took her wallet, her cell phone, her cigarettes?
This is what happens with youngest children, right?
Yeah, right.
You just don't pay quite as much attention to them.
No, that's true.
So they turn into petty criminals.
That is true. We used to live in this building. We used to live in
this building?
No. We used to live in this building before we moved. We used to live in this building, and they had, like a valet service. So you pull your car into the garage, and then there would be a man that would take the garage.
That's
the car
fancy.
apart. It was fancy. It was so nice. We were renting. We didn't live there. It was a temporary situation.
You don't have to say.
We didn't want to. We wanted to stay there, but we didn't. Anyway, so this is when you know you've crossed over into the bad parenting threshold, where you've checked out entirely. We had the kids and the dog and the bag and the weekend bag and the thing, and all of a sudden we're in the elevator going up, and I go,
I know this story.
Where's Joaquin?
Yeah.
Where's the little one? Well, he was asleep in the car seat, so we just didn't notice.
Yep.
But we got the dog out, thank God.
And the valet is now joyriding around town, not realizing that there's a kid in the back seat.
I mean, can you imagine?
We got to get our kids together, because that's going to be a petty criminal with the abandonment issues child.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
We're going to have, there's a whole therapy session. What about the 5-second rule? This is a thing, and I don't know, do you read in the paper about, there's a new study they're doing about the 5-second rule?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the...
It depends on what you drop the thing in or on. It's like if I drop the donut onto my own floor in my house, I'm fine eating it. If I drop it into a mucky puddle in the middle of Central Park, I'm leaving it there.
You drop your cigarette in a strip club, You're like,
that's fine.
do I 5-second rule? You know, I mean,
when I drop my cigarette in the strip club, I always say, that's fine. That's fine. Because the shoes are only worn within the strip club.
Context is everything.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So remember that, girls.
Yeah, I think also, here's the thing with the 5 seconds. 5 seconds means it's only been, right, you saw it fall, you know where it's been, and you're like making a decision in the, right. Well, like how bad can it be?
Right.
The 2-hour rule is, I could have rolled around a little, somebody could have kicked it, it might have been, so right. I think that's why it's fair.
Well, I mean, but again, it's another question is, whose 5 seconds is it?
Okay.
Is it one Mississippi 5 seconds? Is it a 5 seconds like when you're on?
That's called a Southern 5 seconds.
When you're on the Soul Cycle bike 5 seconds, when they're like 5 more, and you're like, it's been 5 seconds. Stay out of the saddle for 5 more seconds, and 4, and you're like, oh my God, these are the longest seconds ever, and you realize it's really.
The Kelly Ripa 5 seconds that's 5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
And with coffee, that was 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It was not even, it just happened.
That's so true.
You look so beautiful, by the way. It's just astonishing. As we go forward, the hair.
No, go. I love when the audience applauds. They're like, it really is. It's something. I mean, she really is something.
You can't even see the tape. Hold it back here, holding it together.
Yeah, can I tell you something? I'm going to tell you a story right now. So I did a photo shoot, and Christopher Buckle did my makeup, and he did this thing. They use facial tape, and they tape your face back.
It's that's like, my secret.
No, let me tell you something. It was the greatest moment of my life when he took the tape away, and and everything just went. Right. I just want to find that tape and get that tape back here.
Yeah.
Because I believe that more people are using tape than we're aware of.
You know, I can already see the commercial, you know, hi, I'm Kelly Ripa. Have you ever used facial tape?
It'd be like
the Ripa tape.
Do you want to look younger? Sure, we all do.
Oh my God.
It's kind of an amazing thing. Anyway, I want to congratulate you. You've got this new TV show. So first of all, CBS loves you so much because they let you go from one show only to like snag you so fast and put you in another show. Or did they poach you from one show and put you in? How did it work?
No, it was a very, well, who knows how anything really works.
Right,
it's television. Gelman, anything can...
No, don't ask him. My God, he doesn't know.
I was very happy. I love NCIS, great program, and I love doing it. And they are coming back for season 14. They've got Wilmer Valderrama, and they've got all. The whole crew is back with a lot of new, interesting stuff going on. I just reached a point where I thought I was playing this sort of eternal frat boy, youthful guy who gets slapped on the back of the head for being silly. And as I approached 50, I'm like, it's like Bob Denver on Gilligan's Island. At a certain point, you know, like Gilligan with silver hair, you know. Hey, little buddy, you know, it just doesn't.
I get it.
So I thought maybe I'd aged out of that a little bit, you know, and I needed some facial tape. So I started looking for new things, and wouldn't you know it, that lovely Mr. Leslie Moonves stepped into the opening and said, "Would you like to be Bull?"
Bull, I mean Bull. Do you know what? Okay, so guys. Lean in.
It's not a cow.
Lean in.
It's, okay.
He's playing Dr. Phil. I swear to, right? I mean, that's a fair, it's a character based on
Okay, the truth is, I am Dr. Phil. It's like a Mission Impossible episode.
I am Dr. Phil.
No! That would be really super weird.
Crazy.
If there were just lots of Dr. Phils around. Although we'd all understand each other better.
He was like a forensics court analyst, right? He would choose juries. He would help people choose.
Yes, I love that you're simplifying it. I can simplify it even more. He is somebody who takes trial litigation and jury selection or deselection, and by doing a deep data dive and using analytics and science, no, that's not it at all.
Right.
It's really when you know, we all have gotten the jury duty summons.
Yeah. And
you know, this is part of our great experience as Americans, and in this free society, we have to contribute, and that's part of our job as citizens. So when you're on that jury, you know, Right or wrong, yes or no, did the guy do it or didn't he? Was she a bad thief, or did my son really mean to steal the car keys from the lady at the thing next to me? And we make these decisions. You think that you're just a jury. No, you're actually being analyzed by both counsels, and they are finding out stuff about you, Ripa, you can't believe.
Oh, I know.
Oh, they know about the argument you had with Mark 2 weeks ago about whether or not to use the pink thing versus the, I don't want to say what the thing was, but
right.
It was like they know about your private life. They've done, and as we get more exposed with Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat and all this stuff, that stuff's out there, man. So they can look at a jury and see all that data and then start to use it to decide the case, or a presidential election, because these are all sort of situations that we have to be aware of.
Holy cow.
Boy, and we're going to find out.
You sound so much smarter now that you're playing Dr. Phil.
Well, it's the new teeth. I got the Dr. Phil teeth.
It's incredible.
Now, what's incredible really is that Dirk Benedict let me use this wig. It's from the last season of the A-Team. And because I've been bald since 25. And this thing just fits like a glove, doesn't it?
The fact that you just dropped the name Dirk Benedict in here.
Just like
who
that.
I've had a crush on since Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, yes. Starbucks.
The first Battlestar Galactica.
Do you remember when the
none of you know about.
The Starbucks coffee came out, and the first thing I thought was Dirk Benedict.
Dirk Benedict.
Yeah. And nobody thinks Starbucks, but somebody lost in that one, in that equation.
I know, you're right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I remember when you were never a little girl. But little girls
Unless we're role playing, that would be the only way that might
when we would play, my friends and I would play, family, and we would have our babies. My baby was always Starbuck. This is my son, Starbuck. Because I loved Dirk Benedict.
You loved Dirk Benedict. Well, here, you can use the wig. Hold on. Let me take my face tape off. We've learned so much today about each other.
Hey, speaking of babies, Alec Baldwin and his wife Ilaria welcomed their third baby.
Wow.
How about that? Yeah.
Alec is very potent. He's a very potent man.
Yes, he is very potent.
Now, here's the thing about the baby.
This is Raphael Thomas. And
don't we want to make sure...
No, I'm sorry. This is Leonardo.
Well, you never really know with him because he's got... it could be that they switched the babies in the hospital and he got a fake baby instead of the real baby because, he had that happen with his art, where he had the art that was switched out.
Yes.
So this could be a Baldwin thing.
Yeah,
You should check. I would do a DNA test right now. Make sure that thing is... Bring your art appraiser in and check the baby.
I just read that in the newspaper today. I just read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a crazy
fake art thing.
I know. The great thing about you is you're so authentic that nobody could ever copy you.
Me?
Yeah. For better or worse, Kelly, you are incomparable.
Yeah, I'm just a copy. I'm just a copy.
I'm wondering, who are you more like, your mom or your dad?
Oh, I like to say that I'm.
Uh-oh, now I see the wheels are turning.
No, I'm trying to think. Like
I want to offend less.
I'm short like my dad. Mm-hmm. But I have my mom's reclusive nature. So, there you go.
Wow. Short and reclusive. I don't get any of that.
Yeah. I could have been tall and outgoing, but instead... hey, listen, we do have a huge show today. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is here. It's a huge... This movie...
Snowden. Now, and I misunderstood because I got a screener and I thought it was about a snow day at school. You get snowed in. And so I go in with somebody gives you a glass of orange juice, but it's really milk. And you go, what is this? At first I thought, it's going to be about this guy who's snowed in. Man, it's not that.
It's not about that.
No, it's about a whole different level of things.
And one of our very favorite people on the planet, Carol Burnett, is here. She's written another book, and for those of you who are such a fan of the Carol Burnett show like I was, this book is so great because it really gives you...
It walks you through it.
It walks you through the entire show. I mean, it takes you through her day, it takes you through the audience questions, it takes you through sketches. I loved it so much, so much. And of course, the newly crowned Miss America is here. Miss Arkansas. Now, this girl, I know, and I said it yesterday. When she was born, her mom looked down at her. And when she named her child, she knew she would someday be Miss America because her name is Savvy Shields. Right. Come on.
It's a superhero name.
Superhero name.
Yeah.
That's Miss America's
I'm
name.
Savvy Shields.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Best name ever. Ever. Okay, now turn on your...
okay.
Turn on what
Turn
I like
on
to
your
call the mixed
heart light.
Yeah. Okay, you ready?
It's a Neil Diamond reference. So what do we do with this?
I know a Neil Diamond.
I'm just saying. I don't know if you saw.
It's time for Takeoff Travel Trivia.
Look, it's 1992 again.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm on my cell phone. Let me call you right back.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Remember when cell phones were really big?
Yeah, I sure do. Hey, today's trivia dancer is Caitlin Hughes from Houston, Texas. Good job. I really find these to be a mixed signal because we're flying in the airplane, yet we have these in our hands while we're doing it.
Well, first you're about to take off. That's when you should be.
Yeah, but they never hand these to the pilots. Pilots don't use these ever.
You're
we are
multitasking.
ground transportation.
Yeah, bring it back. Bring it back.
Hey, on the phone is Karen Gilmore from Shelby Township, Michigan.
The whole button.
Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, oh, look at that.
Hey, Karen.
Hey.
You're combining water sports with your ATV. Karen, you're out of control.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
We're great. How are you?
Good.
So what are you doing today in Shelby Township, Michigan?
Oh, I'm going to paint the outside of my house.
Oh, geez. Well, there you go. Yeah.
Seriously?
Wow.
Yes.
By yourself?
No, my husband's going to help.
Okay, now wait a minute. Are you just going to be riding around on that thing? Around, you know, a little bit more on the top, and then he's really the one doing it? Do you guys paint a lot of houses?
No. Well, I painted it before, about 10 years ago, so we're painting it again.
Oh,
okay.
That's good. And
All right.
what color are you painting it this time?
Kind of a putty color. It matches the windows that we had installed.
Okay. That sounds amazing.
It's real amazing. I'd much rather be riding that ATV on a beach, though.
All right, now, Karen, don't get ahead of yourself, and be very careful. We don't want to read about this tomorrow in the paper.
Yeah.
Karen, somebody fell off a ladder painting their house.
Listen, Karen, we're going to spin the wheel, see what you're playing for, okay?
All right.
Here's a great prize, Karen. The Four Seasons Resort in Punta Mita in Riviera Nayarit, Mexico.
7 days, 6 nights.
Yeah.
My goodness, that's a long time.
Listen to this. You're in an ocean view casita.
Wow.
Hey, you like spa treatments? Because you got a spa treatment. It
Per
gets
person,
better.
per
Oh my
person.
gosh! And that includes feet. By the way, they'll do stuff with your feet. And now this trip is provided in part by
Hotels.com. It's a prize valued at $18,250.
Whoa.
That's an expensive trip.
Wow.
Ocean View Casita is fancy.
Ocean View Casita. Is that like a house?
I think it's like a little house.
Like a
yeah.
house.
Like
That's why it's so expensive.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Karen, do not screw this up.
Yeah, there's no pressure here, Karen.
You have
But
20
no pressure.
seconds and only one guess, okay? Michael Weatherly is going to read you this question.
oh my
Good luck.
goodness. Okay. Now, yesterday on the show, we had the beautiful Sophia Loren.
We sure did.
And who did Sophia say told her that she had won her Academy Award?
Cary Grant.
That's right.
Congratulations, you and the guests will enjoy 7 days and 6 nights at the Four Seasons Punta Mita. The Four Seasons Resort Punta Mita is located on the northern tip of picturesque Banderas Bay in Riviera Nayarit. This beachfront resort is set on 400 acres and offers spacious casita-style guest rooms and suites. 4 restaurants, a serene spa, 2 world-class golf courses, and much more. Your price is valued at approximately $18,250.
Okay, Karen, first of all, very rarely do I pay attention to the package. Once in a while, I'll look at it.
Excuse me?
No, I mean the trip package, where they show the trip package. But this one, they have a couple. The couple appears throughout the package, but the one where he's sitting on the edge of the pool and all of a sudden her head pops out of the water is the funniest thing I've ever seen. So just go back. We need to go back and take a look at that later on because it is funny. It's pretty funny. All right, Karen, congratulations. Now you get to help make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a $500 appliance package from Cuisinart. So please pick a number between 1 and 224.
223.
Oh.
Very decisive.
223 has clearly called in sick for work.
And in the event of that,
to be seen on camera.
You found it.
Oh, you found it.
I see why. Because you're 224.
Right.
And then that's 223,
Yes.
222, 221, 220.
Yeah, that's not how it goes.
Wait a minute, I figured it out.
She could be sitting next to number 7. I'm not kidding. There's no rhyme.
There's no rhythm. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we got a big show with Joseph Gordon-Levitt when we return.
Still ahead on Live, Carol Burnett. We'll talk with Savvy Shields, the newly crowned Miss America. And coming up next, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Handsome.
Oh, why, thank you. You look gorgeous today.
Oh, well, I think this whole thing. We love having you here. You are such a tremendous talent. Did you two say nice to meet you, or have you worked together before?
No, we just met.
Oh, you're kidding.
Right now.
Yeah.
This is on live television.
I understand. Now, this is something I find immensely entertaining conceptually. You are writing a musical with Channing Tatum?
Yeah. Well, a friend of mine is writing it, but yes, it was our idea.
Okay, and are you going to be in the musical?
Oh, yeah.
No
There's going to be lots of singing and dancing. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I hear that there's a rating attached to it already. Are you aspirationally going for an R?
It's a rated R comedy. Yeah.
Now, doesn't that make dancing a little more difficult?
Does it make it more difficult?
I don't know. I know
or does
Channing's
it just make it a lot better?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
The NC-17 rating is the one you really want.
It's not quite there. No.
Right.
I'm excited. Do you remember? Have you done a lot of musicals?
You know, the truth is, the very, very beginning. I've been doing this a long time. I'm 35 now, and I started when I was 6, and it kind of began because I was doing like community theater. I had this one music teacher. Her name was Miss Karen, and still one of like my favorite people ever in my life. And she, taught piano lessons my mom took me to, and she like had a choir that my mom took me to, and she also did these musicals with kids, like 5, 6, 7-year-old kids.
Right.
And we would do our versions of like, Peter Pan or Guys and Dolls or Grease or things like that.
Yeah.
So I've always loved doing musicals. But I never got to do a movie musical, and I've always wanted to. And
you did that great dance sequence in the 500 Days.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Little Hall & Oates.
Yeah, that's right. That's
great.
Is that what got everybody thinking maybe you should do a musical film?
You know what? After that number, yeah, people are like, all right, so let's do a movie musical. And I wanted to, but couldn't just. I only wanted to do it if it was like really the right thing. And Chan and I have wanted to do another movie together for a long time. He and I are old friends. We've done 3 jobs together. And the writer of this movie, he knows Chan because he wrote 21 Jump Street. And he and I go way back. We were in a movie together, a little indie drama called Manic, a long time ago. So we were talking about, all right, what if you could do any movie, what would you do? And I was like, I've always wanted to do a musical, and I want to do a movie with Chan. And we were like, let's write a musical for me and Chan. And we kind of came up with some ideas, and I'll tell you about them later.
Okay.
You know, we're still working on it.
Okay.
But
here's the takeaway from this.
No, but you know what?
Chan is his nickname, okay?
Yeah.
I just got that. I was like, Chan is what his friends call him.
Anything you do is always fascinating. So I want to definitely hear some more.
Yeah, let's take a commercial break.
Mr. Levitt.
And talk about Joseph's secret face-to-face meeting with Edward Snowden. Stick around, you're not going to want to miss it. So that's a scene from Snowden. Of course, you play Edward Snowden. How aware of you were? Did you follow the story as it was developing?
You know, the truth is, when Oliver Stone, the filmmaker, first offered me the job, well, first I was just excited because I'm such a fan of Oliver Stone's, but I realized I didn't know almost anything about Edward Snowden. You know, I heard the name. We've all kind of heard the name in the background, but when I asked myself, like, wait, what exactly did he do and why? And I realized I didn't know the answer, so I had a lot of learning to do for myself.
Wow. You know, I was watching that scene and I thought, do people really watch us if we don't close our computers? Is that true?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Because Weatherly's really concerned about that.
Yeah. Computers or your phone or anything with a camera on it that's connected to the internet, yeah.
So now you went and you actually met the snowman.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Falcon and the snowman.
Were you nervous about that? Because when I was being briefed on this segment and I heard you had gone to meet him, I thought that to me sounds really dangerous. You went to Russia.
Yeah, I honestly, it was the first time ever in my life that I was like, is this going to be safe? I had never, you know, gone and done research for a part and actually wondered about my safety and, you know, spoke to my wife and my mom about it, and they were concerned like I guess you would be.
Yeah.
And,
did you have to go through a series of like getting to the airport, then you get in this car, but it's a decoy car and there's another guy?
Yeah.
I was half expecting some kind of antics like that. The truth is it was pretty normal and boring. I went from the airport and, you know, went to my hotel, and the next day I went to an office and sat with him. It actually wasn't that crazy.
Did you go by yourself or did somebody come with you?
I mean, I was with, you know, the film's producers and things like that. But then once we were talking, it was just me and him and his longtime girlfriend, Lindsay Mills, who's played by Shailene Woodley in the movie.
Yeah, of course.
And the three of us talked for about 4 hours.
So, you know, just briefly, this man, Edward Snowden, leaked NSA secrets.
Yeah.
And hence fled to Russia. Correct?
Yes.
Because he was afraid of being arrested, or because he was afraid of being killed? Do you know?
I mean, I think he didn't know if he was going to survive doing it or not. He worked for the NSA, and it's true. I mean, he did break the law by giving the classified information to journalists, and that's an important distinction. It went to journalists. It didn't just go directly like on the internet. But the thing is, the NSA was also breaking the law millions of times every day and violating our rights. So it's not simple. It's complicated. There were laws broken on both sides.
Yeah.
And the question is, you know, which side was worse?
Right. Wow. Boy, you make such good career choices.
Thank you.
Really do. I mean, Snowden opens this Friday. Make sure you check out Joseph Gordon-Levitt's performance as Snowden. Such a pleasure to have you here. Coming up next, Miss America, Stephanie Shields is here. Stick around.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. My goodness.
Okay, I have to ask you a question.
We all have so many questions.
Please, ask away. I'm ready.
Number one.
Okay.
Here's a question I've never asked anybody before, because I know that you go through a lot of coaching, and it's a whole process to become Miss America.
Absolutely.
But do they teach you what to do after you win?
No.
Because you just walked in here like you had been Miss America all your life.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you dream about it for forever. And I mean, you think about what that moment would be like, but it doesn't ever happen in real life. It happens in like dream space. You know what I mean?
Right.
So whenever it actually happens, you're not prepared for it. And so I didn't actually know whatever I did whenever I was crowned until I watched the video. And so I'm thankful I didn't make that much of a fool of myself. But, you know, it's okay.
That is fantastic. I am just realizing, not only have I never met a Miss America, but I get to now tell my daughter, for the rest of my, I'll be like, back in 2016, I met...
Back in my day.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
I know.
she's 4, so
oh my
she has
gosh,
to wait.
all the contestants the whole week kept talking about how we're making so many memories, and we're making so many experiences that we'll remember forever. And so the joke the whole week was, back when I competed for Miss America. The whole time, that's what everyone kept doing, and it was a good time.
You're 21 years old.
Yes,
You're from Fayetteville,
Arkansas.
That's
Arkansas? Really?
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
It
I
seems
love
like
it.
such a sort of New Jersey accent.
What?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
What?
yes.
I have been in Atlantic
South
City for a while, so maybe that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Now, you performed jazz dance
I did.
as your
talent.
Can we do a little jazz dancing just for fun, just right here, a little bit of jazz dancing?
Well, in high heels, maybe not.
Interpretive free jazz.
Interpretive free jazz.
Come on,
You're not
come
wearing
on.
high heels right now.
No, it's good.
Okay,
Come on.
fine.
A little interpretive.
Are you going to turn us around right now?
We have to.
That was good.
I don't know. Can we do that? Oh my God.
Interpretive free jazz.
That's your new talent. That's my new talent now. Oh my gosh.
We're not wearing the proper undergarments for dancing.
That's true.
Neither
You
am
can't
I.
do the flips and stuff like
Commando.
that.
How long have you been dancing? Because I understand you're also you're an art. Is it art history?
Yeah, I'm an art major.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm an art major at the University of Arkansas, and hopefully, whenever I graduate, I'll be able to work in a museum or teach at the collegiate level. And the dream is to create and to be able to, composition my own work. But I'm a dancer. I've been dancing since I was 3 years old, and so creative expression, going with the art major thing, was kind of.
I dance like a 3-year-old still.
Oh. I mean, as your talent show, we're good to go. But I had to do my talent as my dance. I mean, I love it more than anything. And to perform on the Miss America stage is something that I'll never forget.
Yeah. You've been started out in pageants when you were, what?
13 years old.
No
yes,
kidding.
ma'am. Yeah, I was Miss Arkansas's Outstanding Teen when I was 13. And so I won my very first try by the grace of God and knew then that I wanted to be Miss Arkansas.
What's the strangest thing that you have to learn how to do, like juggling machetes, or what do you have to learn how to do?
Yeah, what's the thing?
Oh, juggling machetes.
I don't know. I assume there's got to be some trick.
I think that the strangest thing that you have to learn is walking in a swimsuit. That is the strangest thing.
Huh.
I mean, that is the most unprecedented situation in your entire life.
In high heels,
In
right?
high heels.
They don't let you walk in flip-flops.
But I mean, and that in itself, what I think is so cool about the Miss America organization is that if you told me 2 years ago I'd be doing that on national television, I would have told you there's no way. I would not have the confidence. I would not be secure enough in who I was. But because of the Miss America organization and what it does for young women, it completely changed my perspective, and it made me the savvy that I'm designed to be. And I walked on stage in a swimsuit, which
beautiful
is
and stylish. It's Miss America.
We're happy for you. Congratulations again. Pleasure to have you here. That's Savvy Show. Miss America 2016, everybody. Stick around. The great Carol Burnett is next.
I'm Michael.
Wow.
It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Welcome.
It is incredible. I still say let's bump up the lights to my wife.
Yeah.
After sex, I'm like, let's bump up the lights.
I just want to say, on behalf of all of us, we love you so much.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very funny. It was very funny for me to read this book, which I tore through because you've been such a huge part of my life and such an influence and a role model for me. And when I saw what I thought was a mention, when you talk about All My Children, I was like, oh, she's talking about our show, All My Children, because you had lunch every day. You watched All My Children.
That was back in the covered wagon days before, before you could tape it. So when I was doing my show, I said, well, I have to have 12 to 1 o'clock for lunch, know, because
gotta go to Pine Valley.
AMC is on, and we got to find out what's happening to Haley.
Yes, poor Haley.
And Erica.
Yes, Erica. Oh my gosh. So tell me about, because the book is so fascinating, and it really does, it takes you through the day-to-day. What was one of the biggest sketches or one of your favorite characters that you had there?
Oh, wow. Well, I love doing Eunice, and I love doing, in the family, and I love doing Mrs. Wiggins.
You ever find yourself doing a little Mrs. Wiggins just around?
Oh, absolutely. Well, the thing is, too, you know, Tim would always try to throw me with new dialogue.
Yes, right.
And I said, I can't laugh as Mrs. Wiggins because the IQ fairy never visited her.
Right.
Which means she wouldn't have a sense of humor.
No.
So I'd have to go, everything would go above her head, you know. So when you see Mrs. Wiggins doing this, you know, like she's biting her, I was biting my finger.
To stop from laughing.
To keep from laughing. But the thing was, Tim wrote those characters.
Yeah.
Conway wrote those. But originally, Mrs. Wiggins was going to be a doddering old lady, which I could play now. But but then I went into costume fitting, and Bob Mackey, our brilliant designer, said, you know, you've done a lot of old ladies recently. Let's make her this bimbo, you know. And he put me in this push-up bra and the wig and the whole thing. And then I put on this tight black skirt that he had had in the closet for years, you know. And I said, Bob, you're going to have to get in the behind because I'm flat back there.
Yeah.
And he said, no, stick your behind into the skirt.
Yeah.
And that's how the Wiggins walk happened.
Can you show us the walk a little bit?
Yeah. Well,
I want to learn a little bit how to.
Come on.
Okay.
I got back, so I don't have to worry about that.
And people thought that I was padded back there, but it really was. It's like
Yeah, that's it.
I like this. I got to dance with Miss America, and now I'm doing the Wiggins walk.
This is exciting. Hey, listen, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to find out what artifact from the Carol Burnett show is now on display at the Smithsonian. So stick around.
Tomorrow on Live, Neil Patrick Harris.
Amazing.
As we mentioned before, of course, if you want to see that curtain rod dress that she saw in the window and just had to have, it's in the Smithsonian.
That's right.
As it should be.
That was the brilliant Bob Mackey.
Yeah, so smart.
Again.
That's amazing.
He designed 60 to 70 costumes a week. Everything we wore. 276 shows. Do the math. In 11 years, it's over 17,000 costumes.
That's why they called him Bob, because no one had time to say Robert.
That's true.
Right? It was like, Bob, we got to get this.
That's also why he didn't have time to take in the rear end of Mrs. Wiggins'
That's
skirt.
true.
You know, and I love that each show would end with you tugging your ear. And who was that in a tribute?
That was my grandmother who raised me. And so when I got my first job on television many years ago, I called her and I said, I'm going to be on TV, Nanny. She said, well, say hello to me. And I said, well, I don't think they'll let me say hi, Nanny. You know,
Right.
We worked this out. So it meant all through the years, hi, Nanny, I love you, I'm fine. Then later on, hi, Nanny, I love you, I'm fine, your check's on the way.
I think the audience wants to say something to you, too. I'm pretty sure that they all want to say a little something. Great. If you want a really fantastic read, make sure you pick up Carol Burnett's new book, In Such Good Company. It's
Such a fun book.
Everywhere bookstores are sold. Thank you for being here. The great Carol Burnett, everybody. That is the scene from Bull, which premieres next Tuesday, September 20th at 9 p.m. on CBS. Make sure you check out Michael Weatherly, a great co-host and even better actor. So make sure you check him out.